Hi, I'm Lazy and I'm going to show you around my RatRod that I built. I built it probably about 5-6 years ago. It's not finished, but then again a RatRod never is. The video I'll probably have to do it in 2 or 3 parts, I think, because I want to show you all the details and all the bits and pieces I put in it. So maybe this is the first part, and what we'd have a look at, just the front end. We'll have a look at the suspension. I'll give you a quick overview of the car, what it was made from and how I've shortened it and channeled it and chopped it and all things like that. So what we'll do, we'll have a quick look at the car itself, then we'll concentrate on just the front today, and then maybe another day I'll do part 2, which is the interior and underneath. Okay then, let's have a go then. Right, so this is my RatRod. It's made from a 1995 London taxi, which is they call it car bodies. I don't know if you can see that it's got suicide doors now, but those doors are actually the back doors of the original cab. The actual height wise, I can't remember how much I chopped it down by now, but it's got to be a good 6 inches or so, and the width of it is probably double that, I'd say 12 inches. So yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, so it's quite a lot shorter and chubbier now, but I wanted to keep the suicide doors. Now looking around the front, we can see we've got the exhaust stacks. Quick look down here. What we do, a bit we'll concentrate on now, I think, is having a look at the front end, and we'll go through all the bits and pieces that I've done so far and what I can remember. Right, the front axle was off an LDV van, a Leyland DAF van, which I actually shortened it. I shortened it by, again I can't quite remember, it's probably about 6-8 inches. Then I put it in a jig, I cut it and welded it and strengthened it. I think the best thing to do is I'll show you around. Excuse my wobbly hands though. Right, here we go then, it's the LDV axle. And you can see probably here, this is where it was cut and joined again. I've done it sort of belt and braces really. It was cut there, then welded back together. Then inside, you can't really see it, but inside there there's another plate welded on, another plate welded in here, same on the back, and these plates here are actually bolted right the way through. I think, if I remember right, these actually picked up the original holes. For belt and braces again, there's a top plate which is made out of, I think it's 12mm plate, which goes right away along here, right away on there. I've cut the middle bit out, and also gives the axle something to belt onto, and also supports for the headlamps and the front spring. Let's have a quick look around here. So we've got, just for show really, I've got an old leaf spring welded on the front. We've got traverse leaf spring in the front, which is actually off of a trailer. That is probably, I think it's about the 3rd one I've tried. I just couldn't get it sitting right, but it sits sort of lovely now. These are spring perches, again those off a trailer. The indicators, they're from the original taxi, off the wings. The headlights, they're again the original taxi ones, but the shells are in. Those off of, I actually got them brand new from a swap meet. I just made them go rusty. The shocks, again, they are LDVs. The grille is actually off of the taxi, which is the front part of the taxi, cut down. The grille was initially, I don't know if you can see it, these mounts here, was actually on there first. I decided, but then you couldn't see it on the springs, so I decided to sort of mount it back, and it looks so much better like that. There we've got the front wheels. So the wheels again are off the LDV van, and actually, in fact, I think they're the same as the taxi ones, because the front wheels and the back wheels are off different vehicles, but they're the same. So the back ones are off the original taxi ones, the fronts are off the LDV van, so they are the same. The company car bodies, I think it's Austin, they actually use lots and lots of different parts from different manufacturers, and we'll go through sort of later on and I'll show you some of them. So like the like the master cylinders, transit, and anyway, we'll stop there. As we go along, I should tell you. Right, so the front wheels, so the brake calipers are Leyland Dev fans. Again, they all come with the axle. I've actually refurbished them. They got new pistons in them and all the seals. They're all not brand new again. All the brake lines are renewed. Everything's all brand new. The mud guards or fenders or whatever you want to call them, they're actually from a 45-gallon drum. I think you can recognise it from the middle bits there now. It's all recognisable there. That's that one done. And let's go back around. And if we look at the radiator, or the grill shell rather, if you notice it hasn't actually got a radiator. The radiator is in the boot. We'll come to that later on. But this is obviously the engine. Right, obviously this is the engine, that's the air filter. Just state the obvious, well done you. Alright, let's take that off. What we've got here is a 650 Holly. I don't know if you can see it, I've actually manufactured, we'll go around the other side in a minute, the actual manifold I made. You can sort of see it. There's an old spark plug I welded onto it, so the amount of people that come here and try and pick it up, which is quite funny really. There's a bit more of the manifold. The engine obviously is a Rover 3.5. It was fitted with EFI, and you can see, I don't know if you can see them or not, but down there, that's where the injectors were, down there. I've actually plugged them off and took all the top bit off, so I've actually made my manifold fit on top of a manifold, which seems strange, but it does, in a strange way, it does actually work. So, and it looks different as well. Coming back, well, we've got the headers. Let's take out the way. Got the headers. They're all sort of handmade. They're made to look sort of quite rough, but as you can see, the pipes here, it looks like they're going straight into the collector, but they do actually curve around to try and sort of aid the flow. But even though one at the end it looks like it's going straight, but it does go the way around. All the flanges, that's actually made in my workshop or in my garage. They're only made out of a 1/4-inch plate, hole cutters, drills and disc cutters. That's all I've got, and that's what I use to make it. We've got a little bit of a heat proof on there because it goes right above some wires that I've run. The alternator is the original Rover one, and just put a spanner in there to support this mesh that's actually covering over the alternator and all the belts. There's one of the pipes that actually runs right to the back of the car. That's the start of it. It goes there and it sort of disappears under the car and goes on and on and on and all the way around. And we'll find the other one in a minute. On the front here we've got oil cooler. That's for the automatic gearbox. They actually come with it actually, so I thought I might as well use it. It looks quite nice up there anyway. And we've got a spider. He's called Sid. He's been there for ages. He doesn't actually move that much, but he's still there. We've got some flappers on the top, which, if you're looking at it again, they are running the wrong way. They need turning, but I keep saying that, but I haven't got around to doing it yet. The stainless steel exhausts are actually handmade. I actually bent them round. They've actually got the wadding inside, and they've actually got the I don't know what you call it now. This like perforated sleeve, just like a proper exhaust. So that's all done. So look down there. The bulkhead on this side's all done. I've actually used a lot of road signs. The place I worked before, they were sort of shutting down part of it and renewing all the signs. And luckily, I actually got loads of them off him, which is really good because the metal is fantastic. And it all comes with a 25-25 equal angle, and so you can use it for loads of things, which you'll sort of notice as you go around. I've actually used quite a lot of chain. You see it there, and it drops right way down there. And they're actually fantastic for mocking things up, because you just put the chain where you want it and then just weld it to any shape you want. Anything I didn't show you, let's go back around this way. Don't know if you can see it here or not. these are com rods. These come from my mate Brian's car when he blew it up, so he donated the com rods for me, and now they become the headlight mounts. So they're off a big block Chevy. And then we got the 4 bars again, which I've actually made them all, but these are actually solid bar rather than tube, because I managed to get hold of solid bar and it didn't actually cost me anything. So these have got rose ends. Again, I've made them into the chassis there, all connected up into the front. They're all done. Let's have a quick look around the other side. Right, back around the other side again. You can probably see a little bit better the manifold that I made. I'll get the camera under it. There it is. That's part of the manifold. Now what I've deliberately done is actually just welded just round a little tiny bit, so it looks like I haven't welded it, but it's actually welded on the inside, so it is all welded. I'll put around the front. You see the front of it, and we go back around to the back. See our spark plug just sitting there doing nothing. Then we have again the manifold, and we got an inlet valve on there. You see how that's actually welded. So again, that fools quite a few people. Obviously the start of the motor, and this is the other pipe going to the radiator at the back. Goes around here, down there. Oh, God knows how many clips and bends I've got on it. As you can see it going, I don't know if you can see it down there or not. That's that. We've got windscreen wipers. They're original taxi ones. The motor's original. And what I've done, I've actually took the motor apart and changed the sweep, because obviously it's a smaller windscreen now. I'll show you the windscreen later on, but I have actually cut it down from the original one. In here we've got a box inside there. You can't really see it much, but in there is the master cylinder. That's a brand new one I just put in there. That is full transit. That's it again. We've got that up here. Got the original taxi sign. It's supposed to have lazy written in there, but it didn't come out very well. I've got to do a bit more work on that. That's it. I think that's about it for the front of the car. Oh, we've got steering. Oh, steering box. Steering box is sort of mounted sort of here, but we'll go inside the car on the next part and we'll have a look at that. Engine mounts. I don't know what he's come out of, can't remember now. I think I bought them off of Fleabay quite a long time ago since I've done it. So again, all the steering, it's all made by myself. I've even got some decent welds on that one as well. What else do we have here? There's quite a few bits and pieces, like this control arm here. I don't know, not control arm, whatever it's called, pitman arm. Pitman arms on box. But that one I had to bend it. You can see a little groove in there. I had to heat it up and bend it, give it a bit of clearance. There's loads of little things like that I've had to do. The old disc is getting a bit rusty. It's sitting there for quite a while. That's pretty much it now. A bit more chain down there, a bit more support. Little coil. There's a little rat in there. Look, see a little rat hiding. He's a bastard. He's hiding in there. Yeah, I think that'll do. I think that's pretty much for the first time. So what I'll do, I'll see if I can post another couple of videos on. This is the first part, just doing the first part of the car, and we'll go through the interior, and we'll go through the body, and we'll go around the back of the car, then I'll show you underneath. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want any more, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye now.